So how long really are 10 minutes? This edition of Lessons Learned comes from a really good friend of the family that technically we'll call my dad's secretary, but she was really adopted family blood relative, office manager, payroll assistant, confidant, and just manager for my dad on all things, including when my dad and I, on the rare occasions we'd spent together, had visitation rights. He often had her feed me at lunch when he would have business meetings, for example. And one particular day, we are having a very late lunch in a diner, and Mary, as her name was, knew I was very, very nervous because we were having a late lunch because this was my early dinner. I wasn't allowed to eat the rest of the day because the next day I was going to have surgery, and I was very nervous about this procedure. And she said, "Lawrence, you've had this procedure done before." And while I was sitting there, half in tears, half trying to eat something, she said, "Lawrence, remember this, that the procedure is fairly fast. You're not worried about the preparation because you've been through this before, and you're not worried about after because you're awake and you've been through that before." So I said, "Mary, how long is this whole ordeal really about anyway?" She said, "It's about 10 minutes. You can get through anything for 10 minutes. And she said, "Listen," or what she really said in Northeast Pennsylvania English was, "Look it." Lookit. Look it. We're going to stand up. We're going to go pay this bill. We're going to get to the car. We're going to back out of our parking spot. We're going to move forward. We're going to merge onto traffic where we're going, and that will take just 10 minutes. That's the amount of time that you will be under anesthesia, and your operation will take tomorrow. You can do anything for 10 minutes. And she said, because I remember this, when you are very nervous about things, you remember what people tell you when you're open-minded and open-hearted. You will have things in your life that you will enjoy, unlike what you're looking forward to tomorrow. And remember to appreciate and enjoy them because they may last 10 minutes. A date, a first kiss, a wonderful meal, a feeling of euphoria. And the joyous parts of those things, she said, at best, will last about 10 minutes. And she said, and there will be things like this you're going to go through tomorrow that at worst, they're going to take 10 minutes. And you can get through anything 10 minutes. Whether it's a conversation that you have to have or setting up a conversation you're going to have, signing a divorce paper I learned later, signing a marriage certificate later, all the things that we'll go through in life as humans really are more about us preparing for and living after them than actually the 10 minutes than those things actually take. And years later, flash forward to how I manage all the hats that I wear with Siri. I say, SIRI, wake me up in 10 minutes. And for those 10 minutes, I do an assignment that I need to do, whether it's write some of an article or train or make a phone call that I'd rather not do or respond to something instead of reacting to something. And I've learned that sometimes we're so much more productive if we just had to know that we can get through anything for little 10-minute periods. For example, if you knew that you were upset about or not really psyched for a whole workout for an hour and a half running on a treadmill or whatever we do when we get into our ruts. Imagine if you only had 10 minutes to get through a workout. Well, we would be so much more productive, right? Or if we had to sit down and say, I'm going to carve out some of this article that's due, or I'm going to carve out some of this playlist I have to create for a class or a lesson plan, for example. Wouldn't I be so much more productive because I only know that I only have 10 minutes? Sometimes the smaller amounts of things, good and less than good, help us know we can cope because back to Mary, you can get through anything for 10 minutes. And I've learned that with that mental outlook, little chunks, I can enjoy and I can overcome. Usually not the same things for 10 minutes. So with love in my heart and a firm commitment to spread wellness without walls, I'm Lawrence, expressing my gratitude to you for allowing me to share my lessons learned thus far. And I conclude this Lessons Learned by asking, what are aspects of your life, positive and less than positive, where reframing our perspectivism, if you will, in 10-minute segments, we can learn to look at things with a little different outlook because, like Mary said, we can do anything, surgery to backing up a car, in 10-minute periods. In the West, we tend to think there is no time like the present. But when I went to India to research my second yoga book, I learned what they say of that saying, which reframes the whole idea of 10 minutes. They say, my friends, there is no present like the time.